हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू फिजिक्स पाठशाला। आज हम पढ़ेंगे व्हाट इज द क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट और वेक्टर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ टू वेक्टर्स। If we have a vector A and we have another vector B, we say A cross B is the cross product of two vectors. If A is represented as AX, AY, AZ, I, J, and K. B is represented by BX, BY, BZ, I, J, and K. Then A cross B will be A again vector quantity. A dot B was scalar quantity, whereas A cross B is a vector quantity. Here we say it is a cross product or vector product. It will be I, J, K, A X, A Y, A Z, B X, B Y, B Z. We have to find out determinant of this matrix. Now, what is the result? Result is I. We have to hide this row and column where I is involved. Then we'll have this 4. Then we'll take multiplication, that is AY BZ minus BY AZ. Next is plus J. We have to hide this column and row containing J. Then we'll have this and this. Then AZ BX minus AX BZ plus K times, again have to hide this row and column, we'll have AX BY minus BX AY. Clear? तो ये क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट of two vectors will give a vector quantity, hence we are telling it is a vector product. So vector product will be a determinant of this matrix, where it is again in the form of I, J, and K. That means it is also a matrix. Yeah, it's also a vector. Another result is, if A magnitude is given, then A cross B will be A, B, sine of angle between them times a unit vector that is perpendicular to both A and B. Here, vector N is a unit vector, and it is perpendicular to both A and B, or it is perpendicular to the plane that is containing both vectors A and B. Or we can say, if A and B are lying on this board, then their direction of the cross product will be N, that is perpendicular to this board. This is unit vector along the perpendicular. That perpendicular is perpendicular to both A and perpendicular to B. Or we say unit vector is perpendicular to the plane containing these two vectors, where we do cross product. And this direction of N will follow right hand thumb rule. That means once we'll do A cross B, we'll sweep all our fingers from A to B. हम A से B लेंगे सारे फिंगर, तो थंब की डायरेक्शन होगा इसकी रिजल्टेंट का डायरेक्शन और N का डायरेक्शन और A क्रॉस B का डायरेक्शन. Correct? So in that case, we are using right hand thumb rule to find its direction. Now we have certain important results regarding this vector product, that is A cross B will be negative of B cross A. That means if this will A cross B angle, once if vector is A, this vector is B, A cross B will be a vector that is, and its direction will be perpendicular to this board. It's coming out of the board. Then B cross A, B cross A, this is suppose B, this is vector A, then B cross A will be A again vector, but the direction will be, that will be, direction will be entering to this board. Direction will be entering to this board. Here it will be coming out of the board. Because in both cases we have to use the right hand thumb rule. Then A to B, then thumb will be pointed out of the board. Whereas B to A, B towards A, thumb will be entering, thumb will be in a direction that will enter into the board. Here into the board where it is out of board. Correct? So direction is varying. Rest magnitude will be same. Magnitude in both cases, magnitude of A cross B will be AB sine theta. That is theta the angle between them. And B cross A also has magnitude AB sine theta. Whereas this n is away, and this suppose n dash, it is into the board. They are opposite direction to each other. Hence, A cross B is not equal to B cross A, it is equal to negative of B cross A. Now, what about cross product of unit vectors I cross I, J cross J, K cross K? What about I dot cross K, J, I cross J, J cross K, K cross I? What about I, J cross I? Now I cross I will be I one. We know A cross B is equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B, sine of angle between them. Here theta is equal to 0. Theta is 0. Sine theta is 0 means in all cases it will be 0. But again it will be a vector or null vector. Null vector, you can say 0 vectors. And their magnitude, you can say magnitude will be 0. Magnitude will be 0. Correct? And direction of this direction will be, okay, it will have only direction and magnitude will be 0. That means when parallel vectors are cross multiplied or cross product of two parallel vectors gives 0 vector. Now I dot j will be what? Again magnitude I j sine of angle between them. Here theta is equal to 90 degree or sine theta is equal to sine 90 is equal to 1. And in that case it is 1 into 1, but we will have again unit vector that will be perpendicular to I and j. We know unit vector perpendicular to I and j is k. Now it became k. Similar, jk will be I. Ki will be j. What about j and I? J and I will be minus k, or it will be minus I dot j. Now direction of the resultant of a cross product of two vectors will get by using right hand thumb rule, or by using right hand screw rule. If you are moving the screw in a angle A to B, then the movement of the screw will give the direction of the it will give the direction of movement of the screw. And question is, what will be a unit vector perpendicular? What will be a unit vector perpendicular to A as well as B? Suppose we have vector A, we have vector B, which deal with a vector N. It will be perpendicular to both A and B. In that case, we have to find unit vector that is perpendicular to both A and B, and B will be A cross B divided by magnitude of A cross B. If A, B, C are coplanar, if A, B, C are coplanar, if this is B, this is C, then B cross C will be again will be a vector that will be perpendicular to both B and C. If another vector A is lying here, then A dot this vector, this our R, A and R will give it an angle is 90 degree, then it will be cos 90, or cos 90 is 0, the resultant will be 0. That means if three vectors are coplanar, then A dot B cross C is equal to 0. We have another result. If we have two vectors added B plus C, then the resultant will be A cross B plus A cross C. That means it will be addition of two vectors, that in which A is cross multiplied B and A is cross multiplied with C. If two vectors are parallel, suppose we have two vectors A and B. If A is parallel to B, then A cross B will be AB cos AB sine of angle, that is 0, and this will be 0, hence it will be 0. If two vectors are parallel, their cross product will be 0, whereas components will bear a constant ratio, that is ax by bx is equal to ay by by is equal to az by bz. This is the condition. This will, if this is observed, then it indicates A is parallel to B. Vector A is parallel to vector B. Suppose we have two vectors that represent two sides of a triangle, then area of this triangle will be half of A cross B. Whereas if two vectors represent two sides of a parallelogram, this area of this parallelogram is equal to A cross B. A cross B, and we have to take its magnitude. And this is equal to half of d1 into d2, whereas d1 and d2 are the diagonals of this parallelogram.